like a prodigal. Leads me right to you. Check one, check one. The fans are hearing me now, huh? Thank you, Luke. Very kind of you. That's a good one, David. Yeah. What is the most important thing to learn in chemistry? Never lick the spoon. They worked out great. The fire hydrant one was my favorite too. Although my next favorite one, this was the, what did the yoga instructor tell her landlord after she was evicted? Nah, I'ma stay. That was my favorite dad joke this year. That's a good one. Hey, Ebony, how are you? Brianna, how are you? Let's talk about Project Cool before we do anything else. I got an urgent call from Catholic Charities already getting close to running out of fans. They were getting a little concerned. They said, please, do everything you can to push the Project Cool initiative. This is part of our Ken's Cares initiative with Methodist Healthcare, Raising Cane's. All you have to do is drop off, go buy a brand new box fan, drop it off at any San Antonio fire station. The only one you can't do it, you can't drop it off at the airport location. Every other fire station in the city of San Antonio will take a brand new box fan, and we'll take it from there. Our great friends at St. Vincent de Paul are a big part of the distribution, as is the entire Catholic Charities organization. You can also go right to the Guadalupe Community Center on Cesar Chavez Boulevard, right across from Lanier High School, and drop it off there. That's also where we're doing distribution. And remember, that's for adults 55 plus, people with disabilities that are in need of a fan. If you have any questions, the United Way helpline is 211. But please, the main thing is get some fans to a San Antonio fire station. We really need some fans. Good evening, Paul. Good to see you. Hey, John. Yeah, Hill Country rain really drops off quick. All right, so here's the deal. Let's take a look first at the rain. From last night to today, the big change in the last 24 hours is the amount of rain we're expecting from this system. The numbers have come down dramatically from, say, 4 to 5 inches in San Antonio to now about 2 to 3 inches in San Antonio. 4 to 6 as we move south, maybe some spots on the coast upwards of 8 inches of rain. It really depends on where the heaviest bands just come together. You can see that's pretty much Wednesday across the western Gulf, all going to be pushing inland over the next 24 hours. I think the heaviest rain starts around midday tomorrow. Rain should begin to get steady by, say, 10, 11 a.m. Wednesday. And then once we get into early afternoon, we'll get some pockets of heavier rain with these bands coming in from the south and east. Our winds are going to pick up as well, okay? We're going to take a look at future radar. We'll take a look also at how much rain we're expecting. Now, the excessive rainfall forecast, like when we talk about severe weather and we go on that scale of 1 to 5, right? Excessive rain is one of the categories of that, and it's on a 1 to 4 scale right here. And you can see that if you were with me last night, the moderate area was across San Antonio into almost Bandera County, and then it fell off quickly down I-35. Well, now it's been expanded farther west to the Rio Grande, almost to Eagle Pass, covering Laredo for sure. But it's been dropped south. So notice now that Bexar County is in a slight risk of excessive rainfall. So that's why we're not out of the flood watch. I'll show you that this begins tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and goes until 1 p.m. Thursday. So we're still in a flood watch for San Antonio, New Braunfels, Seguin, Hondo, Floresville, but we are not in the excessive rain area. Now the totals. Northeast, hey Paula, yeah, that's what we're going to look at right now. It's looking like northeast can go between 2 to maybe 3 inches of rain. You know, you're going to be right on that cusp. I mean, notice how it really varies just across Bexar County alone, from northern Bexar County in the hill country where you're going 1 inch to 1.5 inches, down into northern Bexar County, you know, 1.75 inches to downtown, maybe up to 2 inches. Southern Bexar County, now we're approaching 2 to 3 inches. And then you jump to the 4 to 5, down I-37, down I-35 too, for that matter. But then 6 to 8 is going to be reserved for the coast now. So quite a change on what we've seen unfold. And that's, you know, remember, this is a fluid situation. There's never more of a fluid situation. That term's used a lot, but it applies more in weather than anything else because the atmosphere is fluid, right? Crystal City, what's going on? Cotulla, hey Gigi. Yeah, I would say a good 3 to 4 inches of rainfall. Now, let me show you another output. This is a 24-hour, which model is this? This is the GFS Global. And we're looking here at 3.5 Hondo and almost the same Uvalde, goes up to 4.5 Carrizo Springs. Cotulla, there you go, 3.7. But you can see greater San Antonio area under 3, 2.8, and then it goes down as you move up. That's really a bit on the high side for Kerrville. I mean, some of the forecasts are not going that high. Some are staying right around 1 inch, maybe 1/2 inch to a full inch. It falls off quick to the north and west. Boy, I could pray for that rain. It would be so nice to get about 3 inches of rain from Medina Lake, wouldn't it? New Braunfels, 2.25. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Howdy from Crystal City, Texas. I love you guys down there, Abby. The spinach capital. There's an actual statue of Popeye. Christine Hines, yes, there will be thunderstorms. We will definitely have some gusty winds. No hail to worry about, but we're definitely looking at gusty winds. And, you know, you can't rule out an isolated tornado with anything that goes in these squall lines. They sometimes can form, and they're usually small spin-ups. We get small, like EF0s. They're quick, but they can do damage. They can be 70 to 90 mile per hour winds that can do some considerable damage. Not a great risk with that, okay? The greatest risk will definitely be flooding. If you're just joining us, once again, flash flood watch begins tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., goes through Thursday at 1. Willie Mays passed away. How old was Willie? 93. The great Willie Mays. Okay, so rain, you see, even holding it back until 1 o'clock. Here we are up until about, that's eastern Bexar County by midday. So most of the morning looks pretty dry as the rain moves onshore. And you can see heavy pockets down to the south and east especially, right? But there's the first one around 2 to 3. Crossing San Antonio again between about, well, it's going to be some rush hour rains, 5 to 7. Again, this is Wednesday. Upper right-hand corner shows you the timing. But you can see the pockets of heaviest rain that are a little more consistent and tracking to the south, okay? So let's take a look. That's going to be Thursday morning now. So it still appears that Thursday is going to be a bit more scattered on the showers. The best rain coverage is definitely Wednesday night, thinning out to a scattered rain through Thursday, isolated on Friday, even Saturday. We're going to have some pockets that could produce a little bit of rain too. I wanted to see if I could get to this guy. Let's go look at some other model data and see if they're lining up for us. So we just looked at the graph. Now the HRRR starts a little bit sooner. See, this is 10:30 tomorrow morning. Pockets of heavy rain at times, but boy, steady through most of the day. See that? And then again Thursday afternoon, especially with heating. That's a good forecast. I'm going to go with this one. I want to show you one more if I find, here we go. Let's take a look at the graph, IBM model. If I have time, I like to always put these up side by side for you at 10 o'clock too. Which one? Maybe it's already there. It show is not. Huh. All right. Okay. Next model. So compare contrast. See, the IBM brings in the rain a little bit later, but very similar for the rest of the day, and then thinning out late, and then scattered on Thursday. So they're pretty similar. It's just the HRRR gets us started about mid-morning. The IBM gets us started midday. Baytown is never on the maps. I know. I'm sorry, Mary. 3 to 6. Yeah, that's a good call, Cameron. Thank you. 3 to 6 inches for Victoria is a safe bet. Winds are going to be a factor as well. Take a look at the wind gusts that'll start up. I mean, it's been windy tonight, but look at that. Wind gusts are going 30 plus for a good part of Wednesday night through Thursday. So expect some breezy conditions for sure. All right, I'm going to do this here. We could do this guy. Okay, this I wanted to show you too, that this is still not yet a tropical storm. It's still considered a potential tropical cyclone. The winds are there at 40 miles per hour. Remember, 39 is the first, or the lowest for a tropical storm. Pressure at 999 millibars is there too, for that matter. But we just don't see a real well-organized center of circulation. You can see where the center is approximated, okay, and that's where that area of low pressure symbol is. But as far as an exact spot where you see closed circulation, where you see that counterclockwise swirl, that just has not come together yet. And without that, we just don't have a tropical storm. Still a potential to see that occur. Now here's what we've got on the forecast track. Still no change here, where we expect a pretty hard left turn tomorrow morning, and then landfall tomorrow night into the midnight hour of Thursday. Onshore, early hours of Thursday. Kona probability has really shrunk now, but you can see that the landfall is well south of Brownsville, but the coverage area on these rain bands is going to be pretty far north, even though it's coming in like that. And by the way, by the 23rd, 24th, we're expecting another system to develop in the Bay of Campeche, southern Gulf of Mexico, and push up again. Very similar to what we're dealing with right now, we will be dealing with in the last week of this month as well. That one looks to come up and go in to northern Mexico around the 27th. So another good round of rain expected. 2 systems in June. Hope the boats, yeah, right, Dorian, there we go. When are we expected to get rain tomorrow, Chris? By about mid-morning through tomorrow night. Hi, Vanessa. And again, the rain totals, if you're just joining us, rain totals have come down just a little bit for us. San Antonio between 2 to 3 inches, with isolated areas receiving up to 4. That's going to be, down towards, I would say, Pearsall, maybe southern Atascosa County, southern Wilson County, Karnes County. Then you're going 4 to 5 once you reach down to Tilden, Three Rivers, maybe Goliad, and then 6 to 8 on the coast, okay? So these have all come down a couple of inches in each one of these regions. 1 to 2 for the hill country. And unfortunately, that's where we need rain the most. I mean, let me show you the latest drought report. It's going to show you that we do still have extreme drought. West, that's changed too. Del Rio over to Brackettville. And then you can see the pocket of Kendall County, a smidge of Kerr, and about half of Bandera County. Medina Lake, all under extreme drought. San Antonio, moderate, with just that small sliver of severe drought. Northwest Bexar County. All right, let's show you the 7-day, how we unpack these rain chances. Beginning, of course, tomorrow is the wettest day of this 7-day. Juneteenth's got that 100% chance of the rain. 80% tomorrow night. Then we're going 60% Thursday. We'll even keep a 20% chance, even a 10% chance on Sunday. Can't rule it out just yet, because we're not going to really change air masses a whole lot. We'll get an east-northeast breeze, but that's not going to dry out this atmosphere. Dew points are expected to stay tropical. And with good heating, and remember, just again, in the wake of this system, some little pockets could still produce a downpour or two. Hey, Danny, doing good. Good to see you, man. Hope all's well. By Friday, yeah, it looks like just a slight chance of isolated showers. I think we're pretty dry from Friday through the weekend. Remember, summer begins Thursday, summer solstice. So the first weekend of summer is pretty dry as we warm up to the lower to mid 90s, about where we should be this time of year. Yeah, we do. You're right, Robert. Good lake fillers. Andrew Brooks, next month. Yes, Anticos and Ken should partner up. That is a pretty good idea, right? Muy bien, Adriana. How are you? You're welcome, Barbie. How are you? Eagle Pass. Yeah, David, some gusty winds for sure. 20 to 25 will be the gusts. I mean, all of South Texas is going to feel the winds. It's not going to be dangerous speeds, but definitely a good wind that you want to move things inside, or, you know, anything that's, you know, light on your back porch. Cameron Baker, Texas A&M. Texas A&M for sure. I'm sorry, Grace, what's going on? Can Atascosa get a tornado? I mean, you know, it's possible. Anytime you have these tropical lines that come in, it's going to have a possibility of spawning those small spin-up tornadoes in these thunderstorms. But it's chances are very low. This is more of a flood event, if anything. That's the main threat. Waiting to see what Grace had to ask. Sorry, I missed your question. Uvalde's here. What's up, Heather? How are you? Joe Pena, call my job, tell him I can't go in. Joe can't make it, man. Weather in Lakey, not bad at all, Vanessa. I mean, a lot of this rain won't make it that far west. They're going to be in good shape. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, spin-up tornadoes for us. Yeah, I mean, it's a slight possibility. As I mentioned, anything tropical, when you have these squall lines of thunderstorms from the tropics, they sometimes get those little EF0s. Those are small spin-up tornadoes that produce winds usually on the range of 70 to 90 miles per hour. They can do damage, but straight line winds are more damaging in a severe thunderstorm than these little EF0s. They really are. And again, the probability is pretty low. I mean, we're definitely going to get the bands, but we're going to have to watch, you know, for any of those small spin-up tornadoes. All right, guys, I'll leave this up for you. Again, we're looking at a flood watch beginning at 7 a.m. going through Thursday, 1 p.m. So pretty long flood watch for South Texas. Again, the best rain totals are now south of the city. I think we will see some localized flooding, but as far as a severe threat for the city, in the last 24 hours, that has really decreased, and we're glad to see that. We're going to get some of the rain we need, but we should be okay. Love you guys. We'll see you at 10. God bless you.